Do you love to watch theater? Well, then I think I can give you some good recommendations. Um, Last day I watched Bidden Street Shubham production, and it was based on the story of Mohesher Mohajatra penned by Rajshekhar Bosu, that is Poshuram. I had also watched one of their production, that is Ami Pluto, which was basically based on the Steve Metzger's play Pluto Visits the Earth, centering around the theme of love, happiness, friendship, and love and life, definitely. So that was absolutely brilliant. The magical walk of the light on the stage will definitely take your heart away. Like you can't really just sit still and appreciate saying that it is wonderful. You really have to stand and just go wow at the marvelous creation of their lighting work. And yesterday, I would like to specially mention about one particular thing. The director, if I'm not wrong, is Mr. Anamitra Kha, and he has done the entire play in such a nice manner, because many a time we see that keeping the main theme of the story intact, the director of the theater happens to do some modifications. But even though the modifications were done for that Rajshekhar Bosu's Maheshwar Mohajatra, the name of the theater was, by the way, Shop Choritro Kalponik. Shop Choritro Kalponik, where a shop refers to Mritodeho. So even though they have done some modifications, but they have kept the main story, the main flavor of Maheshwar Mohajatra so intact. That is really a worth mentioning thing in this context. Um, this is one of the loveliest things that I loved, and the characters who happen to play the role of the professors, their pronunciation, voice intonation was just absolutely marvelous. And I would like to make a special mention about another theater group which I saw today. This is the second production of Nandi Rongo that I have seen. uh, they have staged Othello, Shakespeare's classic Othello. This is absolutely brilliant. Trust me, I am absolutely overwhelmed by the brilliant work that they have done. Most importantly, I would talk about the stage direction. And see, I have seen a lot of Shakespeare's, this production in theater houses. It's Macbeth. I did see Twelfth Night, Hamlet, and also I watched Romeo and Juliet, King Lear as well. So in all those 4 5 dramas that I did watch on theater, the director did some modifications. I'm not saying that it's not good. Of course, it is good. They did some modifications, keeping abreast with the present moment, present situation, present political scenario in the wake of the tensions all across the world. But today, what Nandi Rongo did for Othello was absolutely marvelous. That took my breath away. Elizabethan costume, Elizabethan flavor was absolutely was very much present on the stage, and of course the costume, the music, mellifluous music in between the plays, the comic relief, everything was so just brilliant. And since they have portrayed the mood of Venice, the surrounding thing of Venice, the surrounding scenery of the Venice was so nicely portrayed by their stage directions. Really kudos to the director. So I would like to tell my friends, those who really love to watch theater and those who really love to read the classics and watch the classics, they must go for Nandi Rongo's Othello. And of course, if you want a bit of originality of the story as well as with brilliant modifications, you must go for Bidden Street's Shubham production. And while I was watching those theaters, I really, being a teacher or a tutor myself, I began to think that it would be really nice that if all the schools, the teachers, most particularly the language teachers, take this theater into serious consideration. Because as per the academic circular of CBSC that got published in the year of probably 2020, if I'm not wrong, we or the board has talked about art integration things. So if we can include this fine arts, this theater into into the consideration in the form of art integration activity for the language, for the other subjects, it would be absolutely brilliant. Many schools are doing it. Hopefully that we all will be doing it in very near future, so that we can actually inculcate a great habit, culture, and great aesthetics in the minds of the students. And of course we'll be able to sustain the great culture of Bengal, that is theater. Hopefully you all will be doing it.